guys, we're gonna choose a modern food item to turn into a sculpture. So start by looking through these pictures here. There's lots of different types of food you could make. You could make tacos, you could make sushi, you could make a burger and fries, a hot dog, a cupcake, an ice cream sundae, whatever you want, but we're gonna be using form to build it. And to start, I'm going to make sushi. And I'm gonna start by making a cylinder. I'm kind of rolling between my hands to make a coil, and then I'm gonna tap it on my table to flatten the side. Now what sushi is it tends to have like a piece of fish in the middle and maybe a couple of vegetables sticking out, and then it's wrapped in rice and then something called nori, which is like seaweed. So here's one of my little vegetables. Maybe that's a piece of cucumber, and I'm kind of layering it. Maybe I'll do another one, and this is supposed to be a piece of avocado. And you'll be able to tell more what it is once I get to the part where I'm painting and adding color. But right now, it kind of just looks like, I don't know, a bunch of different coils sitting on top of each other. Okay, I'll do one more piece like that. And some of these rolls actually have cream cheese in them. I don't know if you've ever had one like that, but they are delicious. So I'm gonna make a big coil here. I don't want it to be too skinny. And that's gonna be the cream cheese in my roll. Okay, up next is the rice layer. So to make that, I want to flatten a piece of clay. And this is less of a form and more of a flat shape, but I'm gonna roll it to turn it into a form. So I'm putting this in the middle and I'm rolling it around. So now it's turning into like a wrapper for my cylinder. To show that it's rice, I can even take little pieces of this and roll skinny coils. Oops, I'm throwing my real food as I'm making the video. And I'm rolling really skinny coils and I'm turning it into little grains of rice because the white won't get painted, it's just gonna stay white. So I might wanna show people what it is. And I do that all around just to give it that rice-like texture. All right, now comes nori. Nori is the seaweed part. And that's a little bit thinner. And you can also add texture to your clay by pressing it with different objects. I'm gonna use, I think, a pair of scissors to give my nori some texture because nori tends to have little bumps to it. So I'm just tapping lightly with my scissors to make it look textured like nori really would. And then I'm gonna wrap that around. And there I'm starting to get what looks like a piece of sushi. And I can make side dishes if I want. I could make chopsticks. I could try to make a fortune cookie. All right, flatten that. Maybe go like that. And pinch it in so it looks like a little fortune cookie to go with it. So I'm kind of building a meal that I would like. And the cool thing about this clay is if you're not happy with something, you can just kind of smush it and start over again. But I'm gonna let mine dry and I'll show you how we'll add color next. The easiest way to add color to this kind of clay is to use markers. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a marker and I'm gonna color my nori green because that's what color the seaweed is. Anything I want to stay white, I'm just gonna stay off of. So I'm coloring around, and since this is a sculpture, I need to do from all angles. This is a form, it's not flat. So I'm kind of turning it as I'm working. And I'm thinking what color that food is. So it really kind of will look like a trick. Somebody would see this and be like, that looks like a delicious piece of sushi. Just kidding, not. And like I said, the part that's white, I'm just gonna leave white. Maybe I'll color my piece of fish, this orangish color. Salmon is kind of like an orangey pink color. Maybe I'll do pink on top to make it look like that more. And like I said, my rice, I'm just gonna leave white, so I just kind of really wanna try to stay off that. Maybe I'll use this light green for my avocado, my cucumber. And I'm gonna keep working like that until everything I want to be a color in my sculpture is colored. So this whole part would be green. And when I'm done with that, my piece will be ready to display. It'll look like a piece of food, but it will really be a sculpture.